90% of day traders lose. So if you want to outsmart most day traders, you're gonna have to be aware of the things that I talk about in this video today. So how do we outsmart most day traders? Rule number one, trading is not a technical game, it's a mental game. You have traders online saying that you don't need psychology at all in the beginning. Everything is just straight technical. You have to have a strategy. You have to have an edge first, okay? And they say work on psychology last. That sounds good on paper until you start to create a strategy and start to trade live. And then, you realize like mentally, this is draining you. And you realize, man, I really have to work on my mental game. Your mind will play tricks on you. While you are creating your edge and while you are trading, your mind will play tricks on you. So you definitely have to understand, you have to work on your psychology in the beginning. I actually have a trading video where I go much deeper. It's called, I think, Why Strategies Don't Work or something like that. And I go much deeper, but the shorter version is, if your psyche isn't good, then you can't create something that's good, or you can't perform at a high level. It's that simple. A good example is, let's say that you just got out of a 5-year relationship and you're heartbroken now, you're hurt, and mentally you're not there. Do you think it's safe for that person that is hurt to get into another relationship right away, the next week? And the answer is no. Why? Because mentally that person hasn't healed yet, right? So they have to work on themselves. And it's the same thing with trading. Like, what if you behind on rent? You're about to take your rent money and put it in your trading account, about to flip it, right? You're like, oh man, I'm about to flip this money. Someone told you, hey, you don't have to worry about psychology, just trade this strategy. Do you really think you're gonna do well? Knowing back in your mind that rent is due, right? I could lose this money, things could go bad. The answer is no, you're not gonna do well, right? So this is why I said before, psychology is very important in the beginning. You're gonna need it. This is why I'm glad I actually, read a lot of self-help books before I started trading, because it helped me throughout my trading career. If you always think that strategy is the thing that's gonna make you money, right? Or technicals is the thing that's gonna make you money, you're never ever gonna work on your mental game. And you're always gonna switch strategies because you think it's the strategy. Again, trading isn't a technical game, it's a mental game. Now, I'm not saying that technicals don't matter. Yes, it does. Psychology is 70%, technicals is around 30%. But understand, it's a mental game. Most people are not disciplined. Most people don't have patience. Most people don't journal, try to write down and figure out their behaviors, what make them tick, why did they revenge trade, right? Why this was a loser. This has nothing to do with technicals at all. Most people do not want to work on a mental game. The real game, guys, is what you can't see. That's the real game. It's not the things that you could see, it's the things that you can't see. Once you master the things that you can't see, you're gonna outsmart most day traders, because most day traders are focused on the things that they can see, but they're not focusing on the things that they can't see, like the mental game. So you have to be aware of that. Now, the next thing, if you want to outsmart most day traders, you have to have multiple strategies. The reason why is because the market is not the same all the time. The market has different market conditions. And this is why I believe most traders go through a slump, because they can't figure out the different market conditions, or they are not even aware of the different market conditions while they are trading. Okay, so they're trying to trade a trend strategy and the market is ranging, and you have to stop doing that. You have to be aware of the different conditions in real time, and you have to see, okay, man, today's a ranging day. I have to just, either stay on the sidelines or use my ranging strategy. Let me show you a good example of today. So today, this is how I was looking at the market, right? So, the market is going up. A lot of people will say, oh, maybe it's an uptrend, whatever. But I'm looking at this resistance right here, okay? This green line right here, this resistance. So I'm like, okay, if the market comes to this resistance, most likely I'm looking to go short. And that's what I did. I went short and I looked for, profits. So let me show you guys the live trade real quick. So right here, I'm in the market, right? And basically, I'm going short because when the market hit the resistance level, it gave me a nice reaction, nice bearish bar. I went short and I'm looking for, profits. And you saw that right here, I'm up $5,200 and some odd dollars making that trade for today. And that's because I was able to spot the market condition and then trade accordingly. So you have to understand, guys, that the market's not going to be the same every single day. And you have to adjust and adapt to different market conditions. You can't always look for the trend because the trend is not always going to be there. Myself in the past would try to go long just because I saw, the market was going up. I would try to go long. I wouldn't try to go short right there. But again, you have to be aware of these things. This is why I tell you before, if once you're aware of the things I'm talking about today, you're going to outsmart most day traders. Now, the next thing you have to do to outsmart most day traders is you have to make 2 times what you are risking. Okay. So if you're risking $100, try to make $200, because if you're winning 50% of the time, you still can make money. So let me show you guys a quick example of a trade. So right here, you see that if you look to the left, I'm down 3,000 some odd dollars, okay? And again, it's only one trade. That was just one trade. Now, I took another trade. I'm in this trade right here, and I'm looking to get 2 times my money. Hopefully, I can be up for the day. So let's fast forward this. And right here, you see that I got out and I'm up $3,362, I believe $62 for the day, okay? So that is a good example of making sure that your risk is 2 times. So I was down 3,000, now I'm up 3,000 because my second trade was 2 times. So I risked 3,000, okay, going for 2 times my money, which is 6,000, and then take away the 3,000 I was down already. I'm up 3,000. So this is why it's very important to try to go at least minimum 2 times your risk. Sometimes you could go even more, but minimum 2 times your risk, because it will help you wipe out the losers, and also you can actually be profitable for the day. Now, when you go for 2 times your risk, okay, or even more, I don't really want you to just separate, maybe go for TP1, TP2. You can do that if you want to, but what I like to do is I'd like to go all in and all out, okay? So I don't like to separate it, because if you separate it, what's going to happen is it's not going to be 2R anymore. So when you see somebody saying, yeah, I just got 3R on a trade, or I got 5R on a trade, but they have TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, that's not a 5R trade, guys, or that's not a 3R trade, because as soon as you take profit at TP1, the RR is not the same anymore. Okay, so a good example is, let's say, for example, I want to risk $1,000 on a trade, right? And I'm looking for 2 times my money, which is $2,000. Now, let's say I take half at TP1, that's $1,000, and I take the other half at TP2. That's only going to be $500. So it's not even a 2R trade anymore. It's a 1.5 trade. So you have to understand that if you start to take profits early, the risk to reward is not going to be the same. So I like to get in and be all out so I can get the real 2-to-1 risk to reward. Now, the next thing you want to do, guys, to outsmart most traders is trade for a monthly income, not daily or weekly income, okay? Stop looking for a daily check or stop looking for a weekly check, okay? Stop doing that, guys. The reason why you want to just stick with monthly income is because daily income when you're trading is going to be hard, especially if the market is slow, right? Let's say the market is slow this week. Trying to go for a daily, goal every single day is going to be hard. So stop saying, oh, I got to make $80 today, or I got to make $100 today. No, stop saying that, because some weeks it's not going to be that way, right? And some months are going to be, just slow, right? It could be to the point where your first 3 weeks is this back and forth. One day you losing, next day you winning. One day you losing, next day you winning, right? It's a back and forth, and that can go on for 3 weeks, 3 weeks straight. Let's say the end of the 3 weeks, right? You are break even or slightly up, and you're like, man, I'm not getting nowhere this month. And guess what? The last week of the month could be hot every single day. Bang, 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 you're making money, right? And you could be up for the month just by that 1 week. So this is why I'm trying to help you be aware of this stuff, because most day traders, they are not aware of this. And if you're not aware of this, what's going to happen is, let's say that, week 1, you're having a bad week, week 2, week 3, all of a sudden you probably want to switch strategies, and you won't even get the profit from week 4 just because you switch strategies. So you have to understand, some weeks or some months are going to be dry. It might be even dry for the first 2 weeks, okay? And then the other half of the 2 weeks in that month is going to be popping, and the market is going to go crazy. You're going to start making profits. So I want you to understand, guys, every single month is not the same. Some months, man, it's going to be hot from the beginning to the end. Some months are going to be, dry, maybe the first 2 weeks, and then hot the second 2 weeks. Some months are gonna be dry, baby, for the most of the month, and then last week, boom. So you have to be aware of this, because if you're not aware of this, guess what? You're gonna switch strategies like crazy, and I don't want you to do that. Now, the next thing I want you to do, if you want to outsmart most day traders, I want you to trade a strategy that works for you. There are a lot of, popular strategies out here. Traders that will tell you, hey, if you're not using this strategy, you are a retail trader or you're not professional or whatever the case is, right? There are a lot of traders that will tell you, if you're not trading the way I'm trading, you'll never make it. And that's BS, guys. Trade a strategy that works for you. There are people that are making money trading trend lines. There are people that's making money only trading breakouts. Whatever works for you, you do it. Forget about if it's popular or if it's not popular. If it works for you, continue to trade it. Don't let anybody discourage you or brainwash you to make you think that you're trading the wrong way. Because once you trade something that works for you, trading is going to be much easier. Let me say that again. Once you trade something that works for you, trading is going to be much, much easier. Now, the next thing you have to do, guys, to outsmart most day traders is to have real-time thinking. What is real-time thinking? Thinking in the now. Understanding what's going on right now. What's going on right now in front of you, okay? Before you press that buy button, are you taking the right trade? You have to be aware of that in real time, so you can always be on point. You do not want to mess up, because I'm telling you right now, if you keep messing up, how are you going to be profitable? It's going to be hard. You have to be on point every single day. Understand it. Okay, in real time, all right, the market is trending up. All right, in real time, the market is pulling back to this supply level. All right, in real time, I'm taking the right trade. Okay, all right, I'm about to press the buy button. Let me press the buy button. Okay, that's how you do it. Don't take a bad trade and after the fact realize, oh man, that was a bad trade. No, if you do everything after the fact, you're never ever going to be a good trader or grow as a person in general, guys. You have to do everything before the fact. Now, the last thing you have to do, guys, to basically make sure you outsmart most day traders is be obsessed with your mistakes. Most day traders don't even know why they are losing. They don't even know why things are happening. Like, they don't even know, oh my gosh, they think it's the strategy. But no, it could be literally something simple, but you are not trying to dig deep and trying to figure out why you are making this mistake. So be obsessed with improving, okay? You have to be obsessed with improving, because that's gonna help you get rid of your mistakes and fine tune whatever you're trying to do. Because if you don't correct your mistakes, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna say, oh man, it's a strategy. Let me switch strategies. Instead of switching strategies, find out the problem. Because switching strategies, you're never gonna make it, guys. You're never gonna be a master. Bruce Lee said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. I don't care about 10,000 times. And that's how you do it. You don't keep on jumping strategy to strategy. You fix your strategy and you work on it 1,000 times. Even if it takes you correcting it 1,000 times, you do that. That's how you become a master. And if you follow these things that I talk about today, guys, you're gonna outsmart most day traders, because most day traders are looking for some type of shiny thing to help them. And they don't understand it's you. You are going to be the person that's gonna help you. So what it boils down is you versus you, guys. It's a mental game. Stop looking outside. Stop looking for some shiny thing that's going to help you. It's you. You're going to help yourself. If you enjoy this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Talk to you guys later.